Right, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hello everybody, it's Steve from the Computer Mechanics again, and today we're actually going to be talking about hard drives, what's inside the hard drives, how they work, and common issues with hard drives and why they fail.
Okay, I'm rolling.
Where did you get to those? Is it even possible? Oh, there we go. Big, huge magnet. So yeah. So interesting. So over here on this little top plate that covers, wow, that was loud. That actually covers the head, and that's how it actually controls the movement. Is there's a huge magnet. As you can see, it was very hard taking it off. There's actually a big magnet underneath the head. So we have a bottom magnet plate and a top magnet plate. And then this actually just, again, spins on a spindle here. And that's how it can actually properly move back and forth. Again, very interesting. Let's dig deeper. Oh, magnet. Yeah, so you got the camera on?
Yeah.
So there is the full head, and as you can see, that's where these the magnets are, or the magnetic part of the head. That's how it floats in between. And if you can see, in between, at the top here, it looks like tweezers. And on the inside, there's two little black chips, and that's what actually processes the data coming in and out of that hard drive. It's really, really cool. Such fine aluminum work. It's amazing to see a hard drive torn apart this far. It's the first for me, actually. And it's really neat. So that's essentially the whole parts of the hard drive. You have the huge magnet, which kind of actually resembles a big, huge caliper on a car. And I'm telling you, these magnets are really strong. Extremely strong. I mean, you can get them anywhere remotely close together, and they just snap together like it's nothing. So that's the inside of a hard drive, and that's basically what a hard drive looks like on the inside now that it's empty.
What's the back?
Hey guys, it's Steve again. We have in front of you a opened IDE hard drive that has failed, and what we're going to do today is just give you a little rundown of what the inside of a hard drive actually looks like and how it writes data, as well as what common problems you would hear when your data is not being accessed. A lot of the common issues you'll hear is the click of death, which is that nasty clicking noise in your machine that nobody ever wants to hear. So what we have in front of you is we have the hard drive here with the cover off. So the cover for that hard drive actually is here, and there's just about 6 or 7 screws to be removed. One of them is covered by, of course, your manufacturer's wonderful sticker. And the two main parts you'll see in a hard drive is you have your platter here, which is this record-looking disc, and you have your head. And together it actually goes back and forth at a very quick pace and writes data to the platter. And the way that's done is there's actually magnets inside here that allow that to be done. And the common problem is over time, a hard drive of use will start to hear that clicking noise, which can result in loss of data. And what this little position you'll see on the hard drive is the little stopper. And if actually you go back and forth, you can hear the stopping sound. And that's the sound you hear the majority of the time. And what we can do is we'll turn this hard drive on, and you'll be able to hear that noise. So you can hear it hitting the end. It's not finding any data on the drive. And this drive has actually failed. So when you saw it go back and forth, it was trying to locate data on there. And since it didn't, it is going to keep hitting the stop back and forth. And because this drive is dead, you're not going to be able to cover anything off of this drive. One other side note is once you remove the cover, you are exposing the actual platter and the hard drive to just airborne, any bacteria or dust, air, and it renders your hard drive useless. So to be advised, if you do take the cover off, make sure it's a drive that you do not want your data recovered from. And that's it for the first segment, and it's Steve again from the Computer Mechanics, and thanks for listening. I can keep other. Of course, that one has to be dead.
Go ahead.
Okay. So what we have here again is the open hard drive, and again, two of the common issues you'll find of why you hear that clicking noise or your hard drive is actually starting to die is sometimes the actual platter itself will stop in the middle of writing or trying to access the data, and the head is reading it. It's not going to be able to work, and sometimes the actual head will lock up, and when it's trying to free itself, it'll actually spin itself too far, and you'll end up hearing that wonderful clicking sound that you love to hear. And right on the end of the actual head is kind of looks like a little record needle, but it's used as a magnet to retrieve and access the data. So a lot of the times that part is the one that tends to fail, and that's why you can't access your data. And once that's gone, there is no hope for your data or your hard drive again, and you will need to get a new one and get your data recovered as soon as possible. Yeah. Hopefully I
Little stopper. A microchip. All the data gets read too. Sure. How the rest comes off. That's not good. If you start taking that apart.
So,
What are they saying?
just a dozed up. Must sleep.
I don't know. Could be.
It's weird not hearing everyone.
That happens. Well, since this drive is dead, I'm gonna put my fingers all over it.
Ruining the perfect mirror.
I know, that's what because when I took out my hard drive, and there's 3 of these, the first one was like glass, like it was like the shiniest material ever on the surface. So, take off this little disc. And we can remove. There we go. Disc.
Oh, it's like I can't see. Alright. What
That's
does the platter look like again? Oh, a lot more
So
shiny than that.
the fingerprint, and then the clean side.
Yeah.
And that's essentially how we have a little head, like a record player. And it's got, I don't know if you can quite see,
Where am I looking?
right on the head there. It looks
okay.
like a little set of tweezers on the end. And that's actually where
Okay,
the...
focus.
Yeah.
Back it up a little bit. And rotate it towards me. Cool, almost. Back it up a little bit more. Oh, yeah, it's starting to focus. I don't think I get that tight.
That's alright. Anyways, inside here, there looks like 2 ends of tweezers, and that's where the actual platter spins, and that's where it reads the actual data. Very interesting. Yeah, so they actually open up, and there's two little data chips. I wish once I take this off, you'll be able to see it a little easier.
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure out how to do that.